nothing will make me lose respect for a man faster than to be in the presence of a man and he see me struggling as a woman or see any woman struggling and he won't even take his hands out of his pockets or lift his hands to help a lady. I was just now in a setting struggling to lift an office chair that was really heavy to get it from one place to the next place, and I had to lift it and carry it a short distance. Two men stood by in executive positions and watched me struggle to lift that chair and watched me struggle to carry that chair to where it needed to be to return it to less than, it was a very short distance back to its proper place. If men will stand by and watch you struggle, even in lifting a chair, they will stand back and watch you struggle in other areas of your life. When it comes to women, children, and senior citizens, I have a soft place in my heart for those three populations because they are the weakest populations on the face of the earth.
Wow. My question is, did she ask for help?
I think she mixed with the fact that a man will watch something, a woman struggling, and will not offer. Isn't that like a part of chivalry or something? It's like she's speaking to men aren't willing to offer their strength or offer their services because we know men like to feel, feel like the hero and they want to feel needed. But if you see a woman struggling with her groceries or with a box or furniture, whether you're an old woman, a young woman, a teenage girl, you want a man to be like, well, let me help you with that, young lady, or let me help you with that, beautiful, like
but
that.
You gotta understand it from the men's point of view, because if you think about it, the way things are going today, let's say she needed help with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boom, he helps her, and they were in executive positions. How do they know that she won't go and say, oh, he touched me and did this when he was lifting it up, or brushed against me and call the police, be on TikTok? It happens a lot.
You can't say.
No, it happens all the time. The Me Too era, that's why men just stopped approaching women at all. Because it's like the first thing women do is pull their phone out, start recording you so that you go viral on TikTok, so that they get attention. Oh, look at this man, he's approaching me. Oh my God, leave me alone. I don't want you. Oh my God. So men see that, see other men being embarrassed online. And then they're like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. Men are giving up. So in one sentence, you guys say men shouldn't approach us. We don't need men. And then you're like, oh, protect me, help me with carry my groceries. It's like, no, you can't even have it both ways. So that lady is definitely right.
No, it's like a form of protection.
It's not are protecting themselves against possible accusations if they're gonna help. If that's the case, if you can't even trust a woman to help her, damn relationships, men ain't even going to ask women out on dates and vice versa. So if you can't even...
And men gave up on asking for dates. They gave up. Some guys are going overseas, Colombia, Brazil, Africa. Some guys just gave up. Because if I can't even approach you to ask you for your number, you're going to scream, oh my God, he's trying to assault me. Oh my God, leave me alone. I don't need you. I'm independent. I make my own money. So men are like, I'm giving up.
They offer to help you to do
something. You have the right to be scared, though.
Yes.
Well, wait a minute. Men cannot be scared at the same level as women. We can't have more beta males and alpha males in our society. We just can't. You can't say, well, I'm afraid. Well, what are you going to do if a burglar was supposed to pop out and get you? You going to run? Like,
there's something else going on here. You guys are missing it.
But this is the kind of culture that was created and has been cultivated over decades.
Facts.
When we had the two-parent household, it was cool until it wasn't. And then feminism came in, and then all kind of other stuff. So with the feminism, chivalry died. So why?
But men are supposed to help women.
But the thing is,
with Mike, let her finish. Mike.
But why sit there and want the traditional version of men, but then we're not traditional versions of women?
They just want their cake to be able to eat it too. It's like they want to be independent, be more than women, no responsibility, but they expect the man to come take care of them, pay their bills, take them out, on dates for nothing just because they're women, but the man gets nothing in return.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, are we going to be independent, or are we going to be, we need help, we
Right.
want chivalry back? Which
Exactly.
one is it? You got to
Yeah.
pick your battle, because those two
Exactly.
things can't be true at the same time. I'm sorry.
No,
You got to pick a side. How to
and
move?
we have in
For me, it's like men are supposed to help women. Doesn't matter what the like. It's like a biological. It's innate. It's innate nature for men to want to protect women.
But they're not supposed to
So,
unless that man has,
so it's like if
unless that man has married you, he has no entitlement
Right.
to you.
no,
Facts. And they always keep a talk about how men are supposed to do this, men are supposed to do this. But you know, one thing they never talk about is women are supposed to do this, women are supposed to do that. The only thing they say, men are supposed to do this, and women can do what they want. Let me repeat. They always say, a real man does ABC, the real man pays bills, a real man takes me out, a real man protects me. They never talk about what a real woman does. They only say, I'm independent, I can do what I want.
it's not
Exactly.
about, doing
None.
it
Man,
to put
you're not
yourself in
entitled
danger.
to anything a man,
Well, let me finish what I was
friend,
saying.
his money, his none.
So I'm not saying that the man should go and put his life in danger, but like the woman said, she needed help just carrying some things up the stairs or something like that. It wasn't like she was asking him to pull out a gun or like
Then
to
she
do
should have
something
offered her big
really
mouth.
drastic. It was more of like helping her to do something, like
Did you
punishment
hear about
like
that
that.
man
So
who defended that
wait,
woman?
no, that's what I'm saying. The video that we watched, if we're going to talk about the video, let's talk about the video. Or are we talking about like in general of men helping women? Based on the
Period.
video,
I think it's all about.
but okay, but it was a
period.
video reaction. Based on the video, what the woman was expecting was just with help carrying something.
Yeah, but if she didn't ask the men around her and she just assumes that the men are supposed to help, yet at the same time, she would be the same woman to say, I'm independent and strong, I don't need no man, I can do what a man can do. You can't have it both ways. Men are scared. Men are terribly, terribly scared of women right now. Whether it's going, putting you on social media, on TikTok to embarrass you, whether it's rejecting you harshly, oh, leave me alone, you're below me, you dusty, you're broke, you're sassy. It's like there's so many things men are scared of and they're just giving up. Whether it's helping a woman, whether it's protecting, whether it's taking them on dates, asking them out, men are just giving up.
So for me, whether man or woman, if you see someone older than you, or you see that someone is struggling, you should, as a human being, forget man, forget woman, as a human being, you should want to help. I just feel like it's basic human decency to want to help someone lift something. I'm going based off on the video. Obviously, there are different when it comes to situations where you have to choose to put your life in danger for somebody else. That's a whole different situation. But
how many older men have you helped? They keep talking about, oh, you should help somebody who's old, but they only say that when they're expecting the man to help older women. But if you ask this woman, how many older men, grandpas, has she helped when she's going to Walmart, going to the grocery store? She has no answer.
Because I'm going based on the video that we watched, what the woman was asking for, I don't feel like it's anything that was too drastic. I mean, even a woman could have helped, lent her a hand to carry to carry whatever it is that she wanted.
But how many times do women actually do that? Let's not talk about what she could have done or what people should do. Give us examples of women actually helping older men or women helping men that they don't know, strangers, random men they don't know.
So that's what I'm going based off of. If we're going to talk about like where the man has to put his life in danger for a woman he doesn't know, that's a whole separate conversation. And that's, for me, I feel like I would have different answers for that. But I think this situation was just so small that I don't think it's a thing where we should like have any, I don't know. I don't think, you should want to just help somebody.
Can I ask you a question?
The thing about it is the expectations. The expectations are crazy. We're expecting people that we don't know or have any kind of connection with or know what they got going on to just willingly come out and help. But yet people from a different country can say they don't want a tip. Like, people have so many different expectations. It's crazy. Like, if the men don't want to come and help and the woman didn't feel like she needed to ask, then that's on her. If she knew she needed help, she knew that she was carrying up that heavy ass chair, Why didn't you say something? It's like people want people to just go out of their way for no reason, but
I
yet
don't
they're
think the
not
rule
going
at
out of
the
their
time was
way. They're
American,
not going to
so it
go out
shouldn't
of their
be held
way
by
for
Americans.
men. They're not going to
I
go
don't
out of
think
their way.
the human was an
They're not.
American
They're
woman.
not going. Women are not going out of their way for men the way that women want men to go out of their way for them. Women are not out here doing female things or feminine things for the men to make them feel however they need to feel as a man. So why is it that we're having all these expectations for them?
Facts. She's cooking. Man, I love women like this. Like, she's the beautiful woman, but the way she speaks. Because let's be fair. Women who speak positively or in defense of men are very rare. So Kamaya is already a good looking black queen. So by her speaking like this, it just even makes her more, she just makes me want to fall in love with her. But back to the point. Like exactly what she said. Women always expect men to do A, B, C, D, but they never mention what they're gonna do for a man. And she's absolutely right. So until women can be like, hey, I expect a man to do A, B, C, D for me, but here I'm also gonna do A, B, C, D for him, then only then shall we have a conversation about what men should do for women.
Doesn't
That's
make any sense.
because men and women are not different. Women don't come to a man's rescue. And we're not even talking about, I don't know what level you're talking about, but if we're talking
I'm just talking about from being like a pillar
All
of rest.
levels.
From what what women are supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be submissive. We're supposed to be pleasant. Like Anton said, you rebranded yourself. You look pleasant. You look more receiving. You look ready to
Yes.
receive what somebody else has to say instead of just pouncing. It took something in you to change it in your mind to where it's like, oh, let me fix myself. Let me be softer.
Yes.
Women nowadays are not like that, Dalen, and you know this. So men need softness. Men need women to be women, but it's not that. So if women want men to be men, then women need to be women to men.
Facts. Because, guys, look at this, right? Let's say a man is walking on the street and then he meets two types of women. One, he says, hi, how you doing? And then she responds, hey, I'm good, how you doing? Nice, with a smile, right? And then the next woman, he's like, hey, how you doing? And she gives him attitude, hey, don't talk to me. If those two women get in trouble, guess which woman is probably going to help faster or fast? It's going to be the woman who is smiling at him. But these days, they can't even smile at you. They just give you the look of, don't talk to me, you're broke and dusty. It's like, come on, man.
But that does not defend her saying, well, it's a shame. I don't think she was complaining, but more so making an observation that
She was
what
complaining.
we're used to is that if you're carrying something, if you need visible help with something, if a man sees it, he wants to help. Whether he sees you with groceries or sees you moving furniture, or even if he comes to your house and he sees that you have a leaky faucet, he wants to offer his assistance. I think she's saying that we see so many men not being able to offer that in a sense where you can say, well, they don't want to be taken advantage of by a woman who may treat them like crap anyway. And it's like, you don't get to say to yourself, well, I don't want to help this elderly woman. I don't want to help this young woman. I don't want to help this little girl because what if they're mean to me? You can't worry about that. That's stupid. So I think
It's easy for you as a woman to say men shouldn't worry about it. It's stupid because you never have to be in that position. You have never helped no man. You have never helped no man who's a stranger. And you have never tried to approach a man to ask for his number. So it's easy for you to think men are stupid for being scared of Me Too's, for being scared of falsely accused, for being scared of being put on TikTok to go viral and to be embarrassed. It's easy for you as a woman to say it's stupid for men to be scared. It's easy because you never have to approach a man. But until you can help a man who's a stranger and doing more than 10 times, until you can approach more than 10 men, asking them for their numbers and asking them to go on dates, until then you cannot tell men they're scared. Because you will never have to be in a position where you have to be scared either by, for being falsely accused.
that saying like, oh, well, you wouldn't do this for me. How do you know? Someone needed help and you decided not to help them. It has nothing to do with oh, well, women are misbehaving these days. And then on top of that, why are we saying conflating a woman that's unlikable or a woman that doesn't deserve someone to help them should be put in the same category of a woman who's clearly minding her business and is noticing she needs help and a man didn't offer? Sure, she could have asked, but she's pointing out that, damn, usually a man would offer before you even have to open your mouth.
Yeah, that was then. Like 20 years ago, where a man could just randomly help women they don't know, strangers, to carry groceries, to carry bags, just assume that all women are good women. Back then when TikTok wasn't a thing, that women would just pull out their phones to record men and make them go viral and scream, "Oh, help, he's trying to hurt me," even if the guy is just saying, "Hey, I would like to take you out." You are speaking about 20 years ago, ma'am. You are speaking about 20 years ago, maybe even 30 years ago. But right now, 2025, any man who just approaches a strange woman, a woman he doesn't know in public, you a fool. Because the chances of her saying, "Hey, I like you too, I'll give you my number," with a smile, are slim to none. And Slim died yesterday. It's more likely she's going to pull out her phone, scream that you're trying to do something, put you on TikTok, or even just say, "Leave me alone, broke Dusty," even if you're trying to help. We have seen so many of these things on social media. So this woman is trying to speak like as if feminism, it doesn't exist, as if men don't go through these things every single day.
Well, Dalen, I think you're missing the point.
Yeah.
I think you're missing the point of why I think Anton wanted to cover this. And I have to also say that I think that the men are onto something when they say that, at least online, what I see is women have, and congratulations, more freedoms and ability to move about the world like they have never before been able to in history. Right? Women are evolving. They have more privileges, they have more education, they have more financial freedom. They are evolving. The problem is that they want certain things, they want certain behaviors. The men didn't suddenly have some awakening, right? So the men have been kind of here the whole time. And what I think the men are saying is that women who have this stance of, I'm, educated, I'm my own boss and everything else, but I want to pick a la carte the things that I like about patriarchy that I benefit from. And I want those things to say because it benefits me. So it's like, okay, I don't like the whole, stay at home, this and that and the other, but I want to work, but I also want you to give me your money. And so my money is my money and your money is my money too.
Exactly. They just want to be independent, keep their money. And it's always funny to me because they say they're independent. They make all this much money. They don't need no broke man. They want a man on their level. But in the same breath, after saying they have all this much money, they still expect the man to come and pay their bills. And they get to save their money. So I always ask myself, which man is willing to take that deal? Because it's not like when you start paying her bills, she's going to stop working. No, she's going to keep working, save her money. But as you work, you're working for her because now you're paying her bills. Before you came into her life, she was paying her bills. But now that you're into her life, you're paying her bills and your bills, and she's saving her money. So when the relationship ends, which 90% chance she's going to break up with you after some time because she's not happy. We all know what that means. And then you have not been saving any money because you've been paying her bills, but she has been saving her money. And it's true what they say, that men save money when they are not in relationships, and women save money when they are in relationships.
I'm gonna put you on TikTok because you opened the door for me. You're gonna give somebody a hard time. Like literally, I had to get after my own daughter because I have one son, and my son knows that if I approach a door, I pause and wait. He is opening the door. And there was two of my little girls were like, oh, why are you pausing? I said, because that is what a gentleman does. That's what he does. And they were like, well, he doesn't have to open every. I said, that's not the point. I had to tell them because the indoctrination of these women is real. It's like, it would be different if we wanted to be completely autonomous, right? And say, we're going to just live out. But no, we still have these expectations of men that are very traditional. We want them to be providers. We want to be protectors. We want them to have all of these things that we really, really like about the patriarchy, just not that other stuff that we don't like.
Facts.
And so if just think about if it was in your situation, you wouldn't think it was fair. So I'm just saying
they can't think in their situation because that makes them take accountability. So I understand you have given good intentions to make them understand or be fair to men, but women like Darlene, she can't put herself in a man's situation because it doesn't benefit her. Because she gets to help the man, she gets to pay the man's bills as the man isn't paying bills. She gets to, to help strange men. She gets to approach strange men that she doesn't know. It puts her in a bad situation. It puts her in a situation where she has to hold herself accountable. So she cannot ever put herself in the situation or even try to understand.
That a lot of men are just saying, well, you like it, I love it. Mm-hmm. You like it, I love it. Like,
do we see how dangerous that can be if we continuously allow men to just say, I don't want to do simple things because I'm fearful?
Yeah, because they are fearful of real issues. I don't know why she can't understand this, for the love of me. Have you ever been falsely accused of doing something and then you get to lose your whole life, go to prison, lose your job? Have you ever been in the situation of being accused of something that you didn't do and people just don't even believe you? Have you ever been in a situation where you have been rejected publicly and called you a predator? Have you ever been in a situation where someone pulls out their phone and records you and puts you on social media because you simply try to talk to them? Have you ever been in that situation? Have you ever been in a situation where you had to take out people on multiple dates, pay for their dinners, and then they send you a message saying, hey, it was nice to meet you, but you didn't take me to a 5-star hotel, so you're not a good man? Have you been in a situation where you try to tell someone, hey, let's go have a coffee, and they call you broke because you suggested you take them to a coffee instead of a dinner date? Have you been in those situations? The answer is no. So for you to say men are just scared or they shouldn't be scared, it's funny how you speak from a position of privilege.
I don't think
what do you mean?
I think the women who are out here saying that that men are irrelevant, that they're not needed, that they're also violent, all of the things. Like, listen, I have listened to women online. I'm not saying it's you, Daylin. I don't know. I'm saying that I have listened to women say the most horrible thing. Imagine if every time you open your phone or open your laptop, there's something bad being said about you. You would feel a certain way. You wouldn't feel endearing.
I don't make a cop out because I could say the same thing. Like men, like now, I get talked about. Daylin has a big mouth, this, that, and the third. That does not mean when a brother says or any man says, "Good morning, young lady. You look beautiful today," and I say, "Well, you looking not too shabby yourself, young man." Like, I'm not going to say to myself, I ain't saying shit to that. I'm not.
Yeah, but they're still approaching you. In the scenario you gave, men are still approaching you. You need to give us scenarios where you're helping strange men, approaching strange men, taking out strange men on dates and paying for them and being ghosted. We need those situations. Until then, you will never understand what men have to go through.
I'm going to, or even if I see, something that I could do for a guy, I'm not going to tell myself, well, shoot, he could be dangerous or he could be this, because then I will be consumed by fear. I will be consumed by social media talk. I don't think that it's healthy for us to have this mindset because
I don't think it's healthy either, but you can't expect these men to be psychic. Like, they can't look at you and say, Daylin is going to be the type of person who's going to appreciate if I lift the chair and open the door for her. And then, some other woman is going to put me on TikTok because how dare I open the door for her or think that I can't do something? Like, literally, it's like, these are the conversations women need to be having with themselves about why we continue to communicate these messages, even if it's not us who's doing it. Like, these women are going viral saying the most vile things, but then you guys want to turn around and have like, and then like I'm seeing videos of women saying, well, where are the men? It's like, bruh, you like sitting up here, the mixers, they're not coming to the mixers. Why aren't they coming to the mixers? Because you guys are filming them while you guys are on dates. You guys are humiliating them. You guys are doing all of these things. Like, why would anybody want to deal with that? So I'm
facts, man. She's cooking. Shout out to Pink Pill. And I probably disagree with what she has to say most of the times, because sometimes she's a feminist, sometimes she's not. You know, they pick and choose. But for now, Pink Pill, thank you, Mama, you're speeding. You know, and it's true. Like, which man is gonna choose the kind of situation to put himself in? It's a lose-lose situation, because even when you think you're doing good, she's gonna say, "Oh, you're not good enough." If you take her on a date that's only $50, or they're gonna call you cheap because it was on $200. If you ask her to go on a coffee date because you don't know her very well, you don't want to be used for free dinner, they're still gonna call you broke and cheap. If you don't approach, it's gonna be like Delene saying, "Oh, men are beta males, they are weak. Why are they scared of approaching?" If you don't help them and you don't want to go on TikTok, "Oh, why are you scared?" It's like men can't win. It's a lose-lose situation. So most guys are giving up. They're like, you know what? Instead of dealing with this, I'll just go to Colombia, to Brazil, to Africa, or not even date at all. But what do you guys think? This was a good conversation. Shout out to Anton Daniels. Link down below.